It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means if you don't have anything nice to say, you're probably going to enjoy this stream. It is April the 10th, 2024, session number 80.
Woo.
How's everybody doing?
So good.
So good.
Happy to hear it. What the hell happened last time?
A lot.
A lot of talking to lots of people in
Mhm.
mostly space.
That's what it was. What did happen last
That's
time?
about the gist of it.
A lot of talking. I didn't take much notes. I
Space
really only took 2
conversations.
sentences. So yeah.
Communed about Millicent and Benzakir and found out, like, the big thing we found out was Benzakir and Sabas are not friends.
Yeah.
Woo, I called it.
Oh, and then we went to Forsberg and talked to Millicent's dad
And everyone.
and everyone.
Everyone.
And then somehow we ended up talking about going to the depths.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we reached that conclusion that was the next thing we should do.
Well,
Well, there is a few other things going on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things.
hey, I said to the Black Mire, hey, we're gonna go take care of this, and once we do, then we'll go kill Sabbath.
That's right, because
I'll
Sabas currently can't die because reasons and stuff and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gaius was talking with Otho, who had made friends with
Mhm.
Asminar,
Oh yeah.
who said, like, hey, or,
We can talk to him.
yeah.
Time
We-
to go talk to the Shark Nautilus.
Yeah, Shark
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Shark
Yeah,
Man. We got connections.
And then also theoretically beat up Shadow Araket and just be Cinder story complete.
Yeah, but Cinder's on the way, so
Yeah.
we'll make a quick pit stop.
Yeah, quick 20 minutes.
Yeah, quick 20 minutes.
Always.
It's like just getting M&Ms at a gas station. It'll be fine.
Well, if we need to sail all the way to the fucking basin,
Yeah.
then we should stop in Spindrift and steal that flag that makes it easy to sail and not get our ship destroyed.
Check
And
that
also
out
just
to
take
me.
it away from the pirates.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Are you taking a ship?
Unclear.
Regardless.
We need to find our way to
We're gonna
Araket
get it.
somehow.
And also, they don't deserve it, so we're just gonna take it.
I thought we were just
Perhaps
gonna
that's
ride
taking a
on
ship.
Shark Boy's back.
Perhaps it's ride on Shark Boy. Perhaps it's take a ship. Perhaps Cinder can just do tree things to the basin. Who's to
guess
say?
we'll see.
I'm excited to find out.
Me too.
Yeah, so you
As
guys
we
are,
inevitably make a snap decision at the last second and say, let's just do this and then see if it works.
yeah, you're gonna go off in a completely other direction. That's how it always goes.
This is the way.
You'll be like, actually, we need to go to
Console.
Grasswind.
We gotta go say sorry.
Don't really teach them who's boss.
Yeah, come back and give them another lesson.
Two very different approaches to going to Grasswind there.
How many times you gotta teach them?
How many times must I teach you this lesson, old
That's
man?
an old man.
Yeah. So anyway,
I think
You
we're still
guys-
Ben, right?
you guys are in Forsberg
Yeah.
with a handful of your cohort.
Council.
Ben, Mary Mac is here. Roger and Jen Sung are here. Julia is here. Barney is here.
Oh yeah.
96 and Porridge.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Gaius and Juliet.
And Gaius, yeah.
Was there somebody else somewhat surprising?
The priestess Camella is here.
Yeah.
Of the Temple of Mistra. And Ben is just kind of looking over some things in the front room as you guys kind of finished your conversation with Gaius and Juliet.
Wait, I'm not in that room.
Hey, you're with us
I'm
now.
talking.
You're,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
you're out
talking-
there now.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna talk to guys. I have nothing to do with that.
Nope, that is correct.
I saw that tone and I was like, God Doesn't need to be me in that conversation.
That's an angry genie. That's a you problem.
Yeah. Like, that's not me.
Sounds like something I'm gonna stay far away from.
Yeah. I'm too old for this.
See ya.
Let me help with war stuff.
Yeah, so Ben, upon hearing your explanation of what recently went on, he sent Jensung and Roger out to rally the hoppers and try to maintain a perimeter in the sky as best they can.
Oh, great.
So do you guys have like a plan, or like what do you...
Oh, we have a vague plan, yeah.
Ben, when have we ever truly had a plan?
That's a good point. I don't really
We have-
either, so...
We have vague plans.
Mary Max, like, we got half of a plan. We have like
Yeah.
40% of a plan.
Like a
That's
vague
right.
outline of a plan.
2/10 of a
sounds
plan.
accurate.
Yeah, that sounds about
Right.
right. Yeah,
I can get behind half. You know, we're probably on the same ish.
2/5. Yeah, 2/5 maybe 2.5. I suppose it's half. I'm not really much of a mathematician.
We're gonna go make contact with some Leviathans.
Sounds like a great idea.
And once we are done with all that stuff, then Sabas will be, we'll go take him down.
Okay.
And I'm sure it will be exactly that easy with no complications or further
Well, like-
questions.
Like I said, that's a vague outline.
Yeah, that's a good outline. I like the outline.
We have,
I'm not
we have to
convinced
start
it's
You-
somewhere.
Oh,
You
plausible.
guys have a connection to finding these leviathans?
Oh yeah,
Little bit.
we go way back.
I know where they can find Asminar.
Well, that's a good start.
And then
Yeah.
the other one is my father.
That's right. Forgot about that.
We're gonna kill him.
In a manner of speaking.
What?
Unfortunately, he's been
Yeah,
corrupted by the Shadowfell.
Professor Brown, the thing you're going to have to realize about this group is that basically everybody here has some sort of issues relating to their fathers.
I am learning this.
Except for Celeste. I don't actually know what's going on with your dad, but...
Or she's just really quiet about it.
My parents are relatively normal compared to everyone else.
It's just a regular guy.
Okay.
It's
Just
not
hear
bad.
Julia in
That's
the
about it.
corner.
Separated from him.
Yeah, I don't want to get started about that.
Oh, sorry, dear.
Yeah, she wins
Alright.
the worst dad contest,
Right,
but
who is your father? We haven't gotten around to him yet.
Elfric,
He's probably in Fairburg, right?
probably.
Oh, you got it. Next time I'm there.
Can't wait.
Let him know you said hi.
You don't have to do that, you can just kill him.
Okay,
I'm
It's gonna
not
be
as-
like at the same time, kind of a thing.
I'm
you
not
know?
really as dramatic as you, but I will leave it in your capable hands.
Got it. You should have seen the shit I did to Grant.
Oh, did you get him?
Oh yeah, he's super dead.
But that
Oh.
makes me happy.
It
I
was
fish
indeed
out his-
dramatic.
I fish out his head.
Why?
Whoa!
Don't.
Well, we didn't have to pull
Oh.
it out.
We
Oh,
couldn't
it's
put it
alright.
away.
Is he a statue?
Yeah.
Sick, dude. I didn't know you
Yeah.
could do that.
Poisons can do a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As
Yeah.
promised, it was dramatic.
Nice.
Anyway.
Barnabas over in the corner is just like, "Hey, take a look at that."
What the head?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Okay, don't break it.
He's just like, oh, nice. Just gives it back.
Thanks.
They see Mary Max like, "You guy's fucking weird."
It's somewhere in that big plan of ours. I think my plan is that we have Andreas come with us to go fight Sabas. And that's when things get a little mixed up. we're either gonna go with him and just stab him right in the back during it, or we have him meet us somewhere, but while he meets us somewhere, we're actually gonna go to Fairburg and kill a lot of people.
Okay.
People, as in all the Blackmires in Fairburg.
Didn't you tell him to meet you in Spindrift?
Right. Well, that's right now, but
We told him
we
to
may
meet
or
us
may
there
not,
in 2 weeks.
may or may not kill him there.
We had 2 weeks to sort out the rest of it, right?
Got 2 weeks from last night.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, we can make it to Spindrift within 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'd be... Well, I mean, if you need to go down, there's always Rise.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's how we're gonna get down there, huh? Right?
Close.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I guess if Andre's troops do anything that they shouldn't be doing upon this agreement, you just let us know through the rock.
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Yeah. You and Jung Sun both have one to me, so there's
Yeah.
2 chances.
Well, Julia has one that... Oh. Well, I guess she's...
Yes, Julia, have you by chance heard from her?
No. But I don't often anyway.
Oh, I guess you probably didn't want to add on to everything, so.
Probably not.
Well,
Oh, I did hear from my dad that something that he was working on for you guys is pretty
Yeah.
much done. One of them,
Oh.
anyway. One
the
that, like...
non-detection thing.
Yeah.
Is he
Alright.
still back in St. Helith?
Yeah.
That's so far away.
Yeah, that's kind of been our problem. Kind of hard to teleport here, so... Not impossible,
Well-
but...
We will get around to it.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to go to Rise for whatever reason and meet us there, but I imagine he
guess I
has
can
other
check.
things he's doing.
Sender, do you think our saucer will work down below?
It's tied to the elementals instead of the grid lines, so possibly. I was hoping to try it. Be a lot more
Yeah,
reliable and probably
if
faster
we're
than a boat.
farther away from the lines, they'll interfere less.
We're great on the other side, so probably.
Alright.
Regular hopper won't, though?
No.
Be pretty dangerous.
The regular hopper or the
Regular
flying
hopper.
saucer or both?
Because we need the lines for that. Partially,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
We have both in the crystal ball right
It is
now?
You sure
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we put it back. That would suck.
I mean, we
Hasn't had it.
don't technically need to go to Rise.
What, just drop from here?
Where we dropping?
Yeah.
Can the frisbee elevator?
do. We could try. We don't...
Does it not go up and down?
It is a little tougher without, Dwayne.
Oh shoot.
I can manage,
That's right
but...
there. Our friend
There's Fred.
Yeah,
Fred.
between the two of us, it'll be okay, but he was much better with it than we are.
That's
Well, that's kind of his thing.
I would feel much safer about the side to side, front to back than with the up and down.
Okay, let's go to Rise first.
Unless you just want to chain a lot of feather falls.
No.
probably more than we have.
Do you actually have to even? How long
Feather
does that
fall
last?
lasts a minute. Falling creatures' rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
60 feet
If it lands
per
before it
round.
ends,
That's 10 rounds. So that's 600 feet. Oh, that'd be a lot.
because it's how many miles in the
4
air?
miles.
And I would do it immediately. I'd let us fall a little bit first.
Let us drop 100 feet.
It would need to be like, let us drop 3.5 miles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
We just have to drop 20,000 feet.
Everybody
No.
just holds hands.
No.
I never did think about that when we were talking about the flying islands. Like, atmosphere on this planet's interesting if we're just running around like normal people at 20,000 feet in
Hey,
the
yeah,
air.
but-
I never thought about that.
Yeah, us
Don't
in a
think about the-
hopper, like.
I was born.
Don't think about the planet situation. The donut.
Alright, well, I guess we should go get
Yeah,
the Rise
I'm
then, right?
not really a meteorologist.
Yeah.
You guys are just
So if you
adapted.
If you wanted to feather fall the whole way down, from jumping to landing, we only need to cast it 352 times.
How many spell slots do you have?
Let's scrap this idea.
I'm not answering
We're
that.
taking the elevator.
I bet you Madrano could do it.
You could not.
Who is this Madrano character?
It's
Aw,
alright.
man, he's the best.
It's a great bard.
Not.
Legendary, really. Alright, well, do you guys want to, like, rest here for a day before you bounce, or...
If there's any coordination that
that's
needs to
fair.
happen, but otherwise we kind of just rested on the whale in
Fair
space. We could
enough.
just-
I'm not even
Nah,
gonna
we
ask
just-
what the hell that
I'm doing
means.
fine.
Yeah, we just got off of a whale, so.
I mean, between Jensung in the air and Octavius on the ground, I feel like we're pretty well covered.
Yeah.
We've got... Camella's got some of her clerics helping out as well. I mean, basically the problem is... We know he's got enough firepower to basically wipe us out here, basically, so... It's not really going to be a question of if we see something coming, we can, like, warn you guys and have you come help. It's going to be, if we see something coming, we're going to fight and either beat him or die.
Oh, no. Because
Or leave.
we have ways to teleport.
Yeah, but not everyone. I mean, assuming that we can get
so
a
we
message
can
to
come-
you, right?
assist you. Yes, that's true.
And that's been
Or to
spotty.
come to that, I would say perhaps we obviously try that first. And then we will try to hold them off with the stronger people of our troops until others evacuate.
We do have some pretty solid forces here, so we got Ed's guys with Jensung in the air and got a good amount of ground forces, so... Yeah, plus we got guns. We can sit here and help you shoot.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I can
please,
attest to that.
Please have forage.
I've revised my list. It's well ordained in priority now. Don't think we're going to have any more incidents.
I appreciate it.
Well, if something happens while you guys are with old Big G, I can get a message to him reliably. At any rate.
All right.
And, yeah, and then Juliet is just like, we can actually kind of daisy chain something, because I can communicate with Cinder from anywhere, and Gaius can communicate with Barney from anywhere. So if Gaius and I stick together, we can be a phone line. All right, well, great then. We'll do that.
Great. Well, Porridge 96. I hope you don't mind joining this here side of the war.
Oh, no.
Do your best, but heal
Cool.
people when you can, Porridge
That'll be great.
96.
Yeah.
Yes,
You have your
please.
directives.
Yeah, please listen to the leadership around you.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Yeah, where did you find these guys exactly?
Oh, in Zeltenbrock.
Sure.
Holding out and killing Blackmires.
Nice.
Yeah.
Works for me.
It's kind of what we thought.
Sort of what we're all about over here, so, you know.
Yep. Yeah. You guys will get along great. Right, well. I think we'll be on our way to Rise, I guess. Did someone give us a ride? Think we have someone to maybe ferry us over there?
Yeah, I'm sure
One
somebody's
of the Edge
around.
boys or something? I don't know.
You guys have a hopper still, or?
I mean, yes.
Stored away.
Right. Yeah, we can. I'm sure we can find one for you.
Thank you.
We can get it out, but we only get to do one a week, and we need to do the other one.
And we can't put it back in, and also we need to put it on an elevator.
Yeah. One of Ed's Aarakocra will arrive with a pretty streamlined and small, very like flat platform hopper. All right, where we going?
Rise, please.
All right, yeah, next up. It's this like red parrot looking guy. It's
Thank you.
just
I'm
got
assuming
like.
I've not. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just there. The question is if you want to involve yourself with that.
Yeah.
All right, we're Professor. I don't know what your plan is here, but that's where we're going. You heard our plan.
I mean,
Down there and punch a Leviathan.
could help you guys out. But I would like to, after that, stay in to help out with the Fairburg situation, if that's
Okay.
possible. But
Yeah.
why not? I don't get to see this every day.
Yeah, have you ever been on a
That's right.
hopper?
Have I? I'm assuming
Probably not. It's probably always been gridliners.
That's what I was thinking. No.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just look.
First time we took one of these things, we almost got attacked by a dragon.
Lovely.
And then the second time we did.
And then we got attacked by pirates. And now those pirates are close personal friends.
I don't know what to make of that.
Crazy
Neither do we.
stuff
So we
happens
just
on
make-
hoppers.
We just make friends in places. It's fine.
I'm doing it for the library. Okay, let's go. Not gonna think about it. I'm
Let's
like,
hop on.
stay as close to the ground, like. Just
Yeah,
like,
it's a.
furthest away from like this edge.
It's like being on an insecure gridliner. You're just flapping about in the wind. Gaius and Juliet are also with you. They are coming as well. Juliet just floats along next to the hopper. Gaius just this hulking, massive, onyx skinned guy just sitting there, arms folded.
It's like grumpy.
taking up like half the hopper.
Just- I'm surprised you're not weighing this whole thing down, if I'm to be honest, guys.
She just kind of looks at you.
Sorry.
Just shut your ass and let's just fly.
Yep,
Okay.
let's fly. Let's all fly.
Well, the pilot certainly knows what he's doing. Let me see the map. You guys are pretty close, as I recall. Yeah, it's like 2 grid lengths. And, it's like 250 miles. You can get there in a few hours, like 5 or so. Probably arrive mid-afternoon. To rise. And to remember who all is here. I believe. Yeah, you do see that Gatsby is still here. As you guys kind of touch down in the main area, he just kind of is the guy that like waves you in as soon as he recognizes the hopper. There are lots of defenses set up around the perimeter, as you can imagine. You do see that the workshop seems to be back up and running in some kind of order. You can see seated at a table outside that kind of little central like park area that you're usually around. You do see Wolf and Zago as well, sitting and having a meal with Damon Kroll, who is the guy that you guys left here, who was one of the former prisoners.
All right. Do we want to make Crazy Man not crazy anymore?
Was that a
Zan?
Bizod's on.
Yeah.
yeah? Was that an issue of the restoration, or was that an issue of him just being crazy over a long period of time?
I
Probably a
don't know.
little bit of both.
Yeah,
Maybe both.
I think the requirement for restoration made the other crazy worse.
We could try to help him out. I'm not sure if the effect will be exactly what we want.
I can wait till later. It's not a pressing thing.
Help.
Plus, we need like a grader for that, and that's a big spell.
And Gatsby just kind of comes up to you guys as you land the hopper.
Gatsby!
Ah, mon frère!
Hello, how's it been?
Oh, it has been so divine. Well, you know, there have been some attacks, but nothing we cannot handle.
From Godshold?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Oh,
Gridliners coming from the east, a couple from the west as well. Big old robots and such, but you know, haha, papa.
of course. Has there been much activity in Godshold?
Well, we cannot really see very much. I have seen a few bits and pieces, but it has been largely locked down. From what we understand, nobody is even allowed in the temple grounds anymore, the central
Right.
area of the city. I have not heard anything from. It kind of looks for Millicent. I have not heard anything from Ophelia.
Right. I guess
Right.
I was gonna ask a question, but that kind of tells me the answer. She's not around right now.
What do you mean by that? Oh. Oh. Yikes.
So I was gonna ask, what's the plan? Is there some sort of thing for a backup, an emergency?
I guess that is me.
Oh, well, congratulations.
In the absence of Midas as well. Oh. Okay. That is good to know. I will begin rallying people. I do believe this is an unsafe time to be part of our cabal.
Yeah,
I am thinking that perhaps it would be best if we began consolidating.
I think that would be a wise move.
I will put out some word.
Have you had people in Fairburg have had information on it?
Yeah, we have some word from there. Things are bad.
Well, yes, we do know that. I was wondering if you perhaps have information on locations of where Black Mirrors are in the city?
Yeah. Well, as you know, they say generally in the central district, the gray and the black and the white. The outer areas have largely been, well, some of them have been shut down. The yellow district, which was largely, parks and recreational facilities and all of that, as well as the indigo and blue districts for education and food and grocers and such. The orange district is largely being restricted as well, where the medicine is. They are keeping mostly the factories and residential areas open, and other places are being closed down as non-essential.
All those other ones you listed are all shut down.
In different parts and amounts, yeah. Uh, Recreational areas completely, food and grocers somewhat, education mostly, medical mostly. Mostly because it has been taken up so much by the whatever is going on over there.
Mm.
I have already ordered a handful of my people to get out of there and to try to make their way south.
I would
Uh,
order the rest of them out.
yeah, seems like a good idea to try and get everybody to either come here or to Forsberg, perhaps.
Yes, there's a issue there that no one is privy to, so I would get them all
Oh,
out.
oui, yeah, okay. Yes, there is word of some strange sickness, but
Yep.
uh, far be it from
If
me.
you
Yeah,
want the information, I could give it to you at some point later, but
I don't think it is necessary for me to do what I need to do.
I don't think it is either.
The gray, black, and white districts have been completely locked in, just like in Godshold, the center of town.
And
Very
that is
suspicious.
where Black Mares are probably.
Andreas is largely in the Ebony Tower at the center.
Mhm.
Christoph probably in the Grey District at his headquarters, along with his two sons. Uh, do not know. I believe those are the only four that are actually in Fairburg.
Uh, yes, that sounds right. Any word on Emma? It would have been a more recent development.
Yeah, we have not heard anything. I had some operatives in Zinden, but
Yeah,
I don't think I do anymore.
probably not.
Oh, did you meet Fortune? The orange tiefling lady in The Three Brothers.
Oh
She
yes,
said she
yes,
met
yes,
up with you.
yes. We did. We did meet.
Interesting one.
Yes. I will say not much of my plan got carried out there.
Eh,
I mean, I guess Johan isn't there anymore, but that wasn't my
well,
doing.
you wait, you kill him?
No,
Okay.
but he's not around to cause any problems.
Oh, well, then who cares?
Yeah.
Yes, Frederick is now in charge or something?
Yep.
Huh.
So at some point.
More pressing matters.
Yes, I agree. Well, we are planning to go down the elevator.
Oh, yeah, I do believe it is operational.
Oh, good. anybody else here that's I don't know of import that
It depends on what you mean by that.
I don't know? Is
Taya
anyone that
Stahl,
might,
the former Black Maya scientist, she is doing good work, and they are recreating and
oh yes,
trying to
they
reverse
work by the
engineer
big
some of their
robots,
big
right?
robots. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is going
I
rather well.
I'd be interested to see what she comes up with.
She
We could do that
thinks
on our way back up, but
she has been working on them, and she thinks that there is no way that whatever BI is doing could be causing the change to the grid lines. She has said that she understands how it works, and it does not seem feasible. So that is being caused by something else.
what's being done to the grid lines? You mean like
Yeah,
the
over in
zipping?
Zeltenbrach, yeah?
Yeah, that's more of a Sabbath thing.
Oh, good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not something for any of you guys to mess with
Yeah,
or
no,
worry
we
about.
do not. We stay far away from Estor.
Yeah, yeah.
Like to keep our heads where they are.
All right. Well, I don't know. Do we want to just go down? Do we want to look at the robot? We give us some more time before looking at robots.
Uh,
He's not
There is
exactly
not a
done
whole
with
lot
the
to see
robot
right
yet.
now, but
Yeah.
Might
if
as well
it's
figure out the other issue first.
Yeah,
which-
we'll check
Yeah.
it later. We'll check it later. We just go down the elevator ourselves for the people that operate it.
yeah, Alred is operating it. You can go and see him.
Oh, great. All right, well, that's nice catching up. Happy promotion. What?
Just pass by the crew sitting at the table. You see Wolf's like, "Hey, boss,
Hey,
having lots of fun out there?"
so much.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah, we were on Vinton when it fell down.
Yikes, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're not about that falling down shit anymore.
Yeah. Having any exciting times over here?
Uh, honestly, no. Just shooting folks that come by out of the sky. It's always fun. Visiting the crazy guy in jail.
Yeah.
How's he
Form of,
doing?
yeah, it's just a form of
I
entertainment.
mean, about the same. I don't know. He says things. It's kind of hard to tell what he's talking about.
is it like gibberish or is it just like the sentences that don't make sense?
It's mostly that. It's mostly that second thing. It's like a lot of,
Okay.
I don't know, phrases and cryptic things.
You remember any?
Something about the. You just hear Zago. The Dreadmaw.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. It's not something good.
I'm surprised he knows what that is.
Yeah, we had that guy Clovis, pal of yours, I think, Celeste, trying
Yes.
to take a look at him. Said it's like, yeah, the dude's obviously crazy, but it's not like garden variety crazy. Like there's something else going on. We don't have any clerics or anything around here, so
Well, if that's the case, then we could give it a shot.
Yeah.
I should have it. Life. But yeah, we could try taking a look at him.
whatever works.
Yeah,
Get
I
him
do
to
have
stop
both restorations.
pooping himself in there. That'd be great.
Okay, wear gloves. Got it.
All right, well, let's take a quick visit. swing by the jail.
Head on over there. It's basically the same as before. You can kind of head down to that cell. You do see Clovis and Dallin are still in here. They just kind of nod as you guys come in.
Oh?
The crossbar of the cell still has all of the pressed flowers from Cinder's book just placed on it, undisturbed. He's just kind of Blair Witching in the corner.
It's all you, Celeste.
Okay. Hey there, are you
Just turns
doing
around.
alright? Hi. Yeah.
They come again.
Yep.
They come back.
That we do.
They always come back. I have seen them before.
We have a
No,
word with you over here.
I have many words. You had my words. But now I have my words again.
Yeah.
Why is this guy
I
important?
should have been very specific. Could you please step over here in front of the
He
bars?
just kind of darts over.
Thank you.
Alright.
Stand still, please.
Just pushes his face up against the bars. I have seen you in the beyond. On a flying boat.
Go ahead and do greater restoration.
Okay, make a wisdom check for me.
Oh lordy, okay.
Why is this guy important again?
We'll explain in a second. Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh,
Hey,
let's go.
okay. Well, with a natural 20, there is a definite component to this that is madness. There's something else, though, too. He seems to be under a curse as well.
Ooh,
You have that?
who got remove curse prepared today?
I got it prepared every day. I have beads.
Hey!
Oh,
There we go.
There
Beads?
we go.
Beads.
Bee.
Yeah, it's beads and
Beads.
bees.
I mean, I'll look at you first, I guess. Celeste, do you have that?
He's just kind of like,
How are we doing? Okay, I don't have remove curse today.
Alright, I got it. I'll just... the space still pressed up against the bars.
yeah.
I'll cast the move first, and I'm just gonna like smack his face with the beads.
He just kind of,
Stop that.
he just kind of jumps back and like slams against the back wall and just kind of slumps down to the floor.
Uh-oh. I think I killed him.
Not the
You
first
did
time.
not.
Hey,
Oh,
It takes more than that.
well, do you need any healing regardless?
I probably will. Yeah. He
Save
just kind
your
of looks
spells.
up, and there's just this kind of fog over his eyes that's getting slowly peeled away. What is
don't
this
worry.
place?
I've got the healing. I have lay on hands.
You should
Great.
save. You can save that.
See,
I'll pull out my ring and do a cure wounds out of my spells.
he is still in the cell. You
ring.
can't quite
would-
reach him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to step
Video
in
goes like one.
in there.
Would you like
To
to
see
be
Clovis
in a room
kind of
that
like
is...
comes over like, what's going on in here?
Oh, I think he's all
You-
better.
Guys, do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Better.
some restoring and some...
He unlocks the
Moving.
door.
Yeah, come be in a room that's not covered in... Yeah.
Okay, I'll heal you.
My own product, it would seem.
Yeah.
He just kind of stumbles to his feet. Kind of has a very beleaguered one after the other. Gets out into the sun, finally, just.
I'll heal. You guys save your stuff. Wow.
Wow.
Here you have another one. 'Cause that was not great. Eh.
Save your stuff. Oh, one.
This
It's
is
like, I have 10 uses on
rise.
this thing. We're fine.
Yes, this is Rise.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Anything. I've never been. I guess I have now, but
I mean,
You've actually been here for a while.
Do you
Uh.
remember much in your time cursed and mad?
only small pieces.
Do
we
you
asked
remember
what
what
cursed
caused
by.
you to be cursed and mad?
Mintak,
Just like being there.
yeah,
Oh,
it was close proximity to a conflux point for so long, plus the enchantments of breeze.
because they're of a high level.
Yeah,
Enchantments.
there is just something, a general fog over that whole place that makes it difficult for people to.
Oh yes, we know that one. Oh,
It
I know
takes
that
over
one.
your mind.
Oh,
Go check thing.
it's like guards and wards, but maybe something
It's a
adjacent.
little more than that, yeah.
Yeah. Guards and wards itself is a 6th level, so probably something a little more is higher than that.
But I remember you.
To all of us.
Not you. Just points at Agatha.
Yeah.
The rest of
I
you.
figured.
It is through a glass darkly, but I was on the
We
ship,
did speak.
When you were a different man, perhaps.
and you were with me on the ship,
Aye.
and it flew out of the water.
Yep, that's correct.
That's us.
How do you remember that?
I don't know. It does not seem like something real, but
How
it is there.
how long were you in Mintak? If you can even guesstimate, like more than 30
Decades.
years? Decade.
A very long
So
time.
the complex points that run, or the grid lines that run through Mentak, if I have the map correct, belong
Aye.
to Merkel and Bashaba. Bashaba being the goddess or god of misfortune, Merkel being the god of death.
The lines are gods.
Yes,
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
but I was just trying to piece together that part.
So much I forgot.
And
That part was a secret.
if you were there during the shattering, as it were,
The
sorry, that
surge.
the surge. Yeah, sorry, the surge.
I was.
Yeah.
Uh, then maybe somehow you got caught in between. I don't know how, because the other person on the other, well, I guess you saw it. There's another copy of this plane, but in a reality where the surge happened and the islands fell,
He just kind of
which
takes
is
out
why.
that journal that Cinder carried when you first met him. This is the keystone.
For
While I was incarcerated at Mintak, I wrote. He kind of holds up the scribblings that you are very familiar with.
Mhm.
This is some kind of almost a spell attached to the lines that bound me there. When the surge happened, I think my proximity. I think you are right. My proximity to the conflux point caused some kind of breakage in my mind. Perhaps that is why I have been so mad, not just because of Breeze and the conflux point. My mind has been elsewhere.
Right, literally.
This is a unique situation. We have met individuals on both sides that are different, but none have been aware of the other's presence or shared a consciousness.
Conscience. Yeah, I met the other me and did not. We were
Hmm.
from the same person, but we had no shared conscience or anything of the sort.
Perhaps it is because I was gone here. I do not know. There is much I do not understand.
Well,
My
you
mind has
just got
been
your
gone
mind
for
back,
a long time.
and the world has changed quite rapidly.
Yeah. Need some catching up.
Did what got you in Mintak in the first place? We already talked about this.
I was snooping somewhere that I did not belong.
Oh, right.
Mana?
Almana. To his little hoard, right?
It is not little.
Well, sure. Did do you have any inklings onto where that might be?
Beneath the oasis,
I like a specific way inside.
I would imagine the way that I used has long been fixed.
Hmm.
What interests did you have in Benzakir's hoard? Just the wealth within, or other?
I grew up in Almarna. I was
Huh.
long a prisoner to its whims and laws. I had heard the viziers speaking at an event, muttering in back rooms about, well, wealth and power and food. I had thought perhaps I could free my people. A foolish thought, perhaps, but when one is
A
brought to
noble
the
one.
edge, inside was not what I had hoped. Rows upon rows upon rows of glass tubes, human sized, and a mountain's worth of whatever the purple blue stuff is that you are holding there on your staff.
Yeah.
Yep.
More of that than I have ever seen of anything else other than sand in the desert or water in the ocean. And I can only imagine he has amassed more. What he could possibly be doing with it, I do not know. But I had heard tales of what it could do. Serve as material for spells. I thought perhaps I could steal away with a small amount and keep myself fed and those around me. No such luck.
Did you make your escape, or were you captured within the horde?
I was captured within. I did not see the light of day again until it was outside my cell at Mintak. But even that light was drowned out by the pulsing of the conflux point. You ever stared directly at the sun?
Yeah.
You ever done it for 20 years?
No.
I would keep it that way.
Well, guys, if we could get our friend here some accommodations. Just gesture to the.
Yeah, we can find, and yeah, of course.
Also, prestidigitate all over him.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
help too. It's like,
takes a little
Yeah.
while, but
yeah,
Yeah.
with both of our
he
efforts.
does kind of like stumble over to the little group of like picnic tables and just kind of plops down in a chair. You see Wolf just like, he just like
Fix them.
slides over a few gold pieces to Zago. And just,
Did you believe in us? That's fair. Well, interesting.
Yeah, I think we would like to speak more later, but for now, I think we have to be about some other business. So,
We have a shark.
you commented on the Leviathans in your book. You were more knowledgeable than most.
I don't know what of my knowledge I learned before and what I was given inside. There were voices in my head that were not my own, but I do know something of the Leviathans.
Sounded like perhaps particularly about the Dreadmont.
It is the king.
Uh,
I believe it is in Shavirik, no?
Part of it.
Yeah. Bones. Yeah.
The physical bits.
Well,
I think
perhaps
you should
after a good 2 weeks, some more will come to you.
take some time to recover, and we'll speak more.
Alright. Well, good luck with whatever it is you're doing. And thank you.
Sure.
He just kind of holds the journal out to you, Cinder. It belongs to you more than to me.
Well, I hope it helped in the interim until we were able to.
I think it did. Anchors are important.
Indeed.
Especially in a storm.
And you said it was some sort of magic?
I do not
Ended
know
up that way?
exactly. Somehow, it has been infused with whatever was in my head. Some piece of it is in there.
Well, not sure I was wise enough to pick up on it when I traveled with it the first time, but
Perhaps it
hearing
is
that, I'll
unique,
take some more time with it.
unique to the wisdom of fools and mad.
Well, I don't know about mad, but be right at home amongst the fools. Spend some time. Head off.
You guys go where you see All Red is at the elevator. Your old buddy from the pyramid. Hello!
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
Wonderful.
Things are interesting.
How's life after the pyramid?
So good.
Been working on that tower that you were in.
Yes,
Found a way to
lot of
change it.
Oh,
complications.
boy, I would have liked that.
Oh well.
Well,
Well,
Anyways, can we go down below?
yeah, going down? All right.
Yes, thank you.
I regret that line of conversation.
whoops.
Juliet just like kind of pops up. You guys know so many weird people.
That's what I was gonna say.
This is
I
what
don't-
happens when you travel on the road of a broken world.
Like attracts like.
Interesting.
That was a lot of different responses I got to that. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's get going. Oh, it's been a while since I was down there. How about you guys? I was just down there. Well, I mean, before that, it had been some time.
Been a few years at this point, I guess. How long have we been up here?
Almost 2 years now, I think. Yeah, it's getting a year and a half.
A couple of years since this side, but I don't know if you count the other side. Feels different.
Discounting that time we picked up your family, I've never been down here.
I don't think that was truly a depths experience.
No. It's more of like the other side of the forest.
Yeah.
You guys, for the first time in quite a while, find yourselves once again in the circular stone elevator. At least Cinder, you've been here before anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Where you first met up with folks, with Ben and Millicent, I believe. You met right outside.
Yep.
Take the long path down to the island at the base.
Cinder will, just like on the way up, the mold earth,
Make
open
a
the
little
little window.
Allred is like visibly freaked out by that.
Yeah.
It's like
Are you allowed to do that?
Did it before. That was when this was
Alright.
controlled by people that were much worse.
Get down to the little station at the bottom after quite a while. It has been revamped a bit since the last time. It's been overhauled. All of the God's Hold related things have been moved away. There are a handful of like smaller dinghies off to the south side of the island here.
Are we taking one of those?
I suppose you can, yeah. I don't think there's any hard and fast rules about any of it.
How many people have gone up and down lately?
Not very many. It's mostly been folks from up above going fishing.
Can I go over to the little boats? Can I look and see if the one that I rode here is still there?
Yeah, make a perception check. It is.
Cinder will go over to it. Well, if we are taking a boat, we're taking this one. But
I mean,
I could also try and get the frisbee out if you want to see if that works.
I think I'd rather take the frisbee.
We do have to go to the bottom of the ocean in between now and then, don't we?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, though I'm not understanding 100% how the logistics of that are going to work.
I guess let's take the dinghy for a little bit.
Robin, you're pretty quiet.
I guess let's take the dinghy for a little bit then.
Yeah.
Can any of you cast magic that lets people breathe underwater?
Possibly.
Yeah, I brought it.
Might
Because
be
when else am
helpful.
I going to need it? But
No.
I'm really not looking forward to this part.
I cannot contribute to that. I can use it on myself because I have a potion of it.
yeah, when we slept, after hearing about this, I prepped water walking and breathing.
Mm.
How many people can you get with breathing?
10.
Oh,
Oh, we're
all
fine.
right,
Lasts a day.
all right.
Is a ritual. Easy.
Oh, even better. Well, I can't wait. Do we have? Oh wait, Dogs. You said that you could probably locate him or something, right?
Yeah,
We know
probably.
he's just under Panacea, right?
I know where he is.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of pile into the little dinghy. And see Juliet just kind of stands on the back, and just you see her hair just kind of whipping up around her and kind of blowing forward from behind her, and it just sets off rather
Cinder
quickly.
settles into row and just like, oh, that's
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
I got it.
better. Thanks. It's a lot easier than last time.
Gaius is just up at the prow, and the rest of you are just kind of in the middle. So, with this speed, how long do you think it's going to take us, Guy? Probably between 2 and 3 days.
Oh God.
Yeah, last time I was in this little boat, it was almost 2 weeks.
It is about 500 miles south.
3 days in this little dinghy.
Lovely.
Well, the sooner we get there, the better. So
God.
let's just tuck in.
Zarks just looks
I mean-
visibly distressed at the prospect of being on a boat again.
I mean,
Last time I was in you. This is much worse.
could go back to that if you preferred, but
I don't even know if I fit anymore.
I don't either.
Plus, you got somebody else in there now. I'm not.
It's true. They were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates. You guys set
that was
sail.
not sensible. I was trying to think if there was a way to make sleeping more comfortable, since water breathing is a ritual and lasts 24 hours. Like,
Water walking. We just.
yeah, just fucking.
You get skipped along behind. It's like getting dragged by a car. That's
Jeez.
not better.
So water walk is also a ritual, and will just make you ascend from wherever you were. So
Yeah.
if you want to sleep, we could just ritually cast water breathing, summon the tower, and just sink and sleep on the bottom. Put the tower away, water walk back up to the top, and then keep going.
I don't want to sleep underwater.
It would work.
It's all right. Sleep right here on this uncomfortable little dinghy.
Just options.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, there's not really, unfortunately, not really much availability for downtime activity during this 2.5 days here. Juliet and Gaius do not sleep. Juliet keeps the boat moving in the exact right direction the entire time. Just has the wind guiding you. You just kind of sit and watch as some distant islands go by. It's also worth noting that the seas down here are extremely choppy and rough, so it's not especially comfortable. Juliet's keeping you moving relatively steadily, luckily. You imagine if you didn't have her, it would be pretty nightmarish out here.
Cinder will just keep, like, he'll do water breathing when we get there, just to have it for the day, and then water walk only lasts an hour, so he will just ritually cast it every hour in case something
Okay.
goes wrong.
There are a number of creatures in the seas here,
Oh yeah.
and some of them do seem to be rearing their heads as you pass by, but you're moving so quickly that they really can't keep up with you for long, and the ones that do get close to the boat, Gaius just deals with.
It's like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, he has some magic at his disposal, and he also can just punch things real good.
Thanks, guys.
And after about 2.5 days, it's the morning. mid-morning, you arrive in the shadow of Panacea up above.
We made it.
They stop sailing. It is time. We must go below.
It's just gonna be a nice conversation with another genie and shark boy, right?
That's the idea.
Okay.
When we say conversation, what does it speak?
It is practicing common, but it does know primordial.
Okay. I can speak to it in primordial, but
Okay.
if it... I don't want to be the only one that talks to the near
It-
deity.
No,
It
Cynthia,
does.
You've got this. This is on you. Great.
It does not know much of what has transpired in the last 1,000 years.
That makes sense. It was in a mountain.
Yeah,
I
this
take
should
it
be
you
a-
have not seen fit to catch him up yet
Not
while
yet.
he is still
our
recovering?
efforts.
Yeah.
Our efforts have been largely about making sure that it is well.
Something tells me this is not going to be as easily fixed as Bezad was.
Most likely not. Oh yeah, he's down there though.
All right.
Well, I hate this part. You just.
How much do
Like,
we
oh,
think
damn
this
it,
will, like,
I
destroy my
float.
leg? Oh gosh.
That's
Professor, how well do you swim?
I point at my leg. What do you think?
Probably not well.
well, I'm sure you sink excellently.
Yeah. We'll
And
see you down
luckily, we can breathe. Would we like to
Cool.
ride the fortress down?
I know.
See, Zark's is like over there
Yeah,
holding on to
Christina, yeah,
Gaius.
go through.
Yeah, that's better. Gaius just steps off the boat.
Yeah,
Alright, everybody gather
that's
up.
fair.
Juliet's like, "Yeah, I'll see you down there." And she just kind of turns into a gust of wind and just streaks down through the water.
Alright.
Wow.
Hour?
Quick, grab it before it goes too far!
Oh, shit. Oh god.
This Zark's just like jumps in between you all and just teleports you inside,
That's so much
Hey,
better.
God.
Oh, thank you.
and you all live in an adamantine submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we will take a break here.
It's going to ruin the furniture.
No.
It is watertight, I think, so. Maybe, I don't know. We'll say it is. It's adamantine.
For these purposes.
Yeah.
Waterproof.
Alright, we'll be back in a few.
Alright.
I Welcome back. You guys are in your house, sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
I love D&D.
Welcome back, guys. You're just tuning in.
For those of us just
Dungeon.
catching up at home.
Dungeon and
which I do see
nonsense.
some people. But, yes. You
That is
guys.
what we're doing.
I
Is
don't
it Dungeon
think
and
that
Nonsense or Nonsense and Dragons?
well, there's not really any I don't really play
Yeah.
I don't really have any dungeons or any dragons in my games. We just sit down and play a nice game of and.
Yeah. Nonsense and no.
We just play ampersand. After a few minutes, I want to say you guys just feel this as
We made it.
the house settles.
All right. Here's
Really
hoping
good
we
now.
didn't. Here's hoping we didn't land on him.
Sure, he's fine.
He just would be probably displeased.
I think we would know if we had.
He's probably tearing apart our house.
All right.
No.
You guys are now underwater, but water breathing is a thing. And how long? That lasts 24 hours?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
For a ritual, yeah, it's
It's pretty good.
when you think about how many people play like nautical and themed pirate campaigns and all that, it's like as soon as you get third level spells, you can just take away most of the risk.
Yeah. Well, and that's also when you get like create water, so you can just like sink other ships and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys step on out. It is unfathomably dark down here. Zark just kind of steps out. He's in his little scuba mask, just in there, just like giving off basically the only light that's around. Celeste, you can see a bit with your
It
true
wasn't.
sight, but
It wasn't intentional, but that body choice worked pretty well.
it's just like, yeah, I guess so.
Is he just like a flashlight down here?
Yeah, he's
Through
just
his
a,
little. Yeah. It's
there's
porthole.
just this circular beam just going out, eerily silent, and he's just panning the light around.
I hate
Anybody-
it down here.
Does anybody know the light spell?
Yeah, that might have been a good idea.
Why would I?
Nope.
All right.
You guys just
Good job,
see this
Russ.
like you feel this like water just kind of rushing past you, and up ahead of you, kind of you can see this what seems to be some kind of precipice not too far, and this little water tornado like coalescing in front of it into the form of this big fat frog man.
Ah,
Ah,
I think I have a picture of a Merid.
a frog.
Hello. Otho?
I do have goggles of night. I think that
Well, there you go.
kind of helped me.
Yeah,
Goggles on.
here's him.
Whoa.
Just quickly move that
Oh,
over so everybody
Otho.
can see him.
Goggles
So,
activate.
ah,
Aha!
What is it? Okay.
he's here.
Oh.
Welcome to the bottom of the ocean.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You
I
brought
don't
your
suppose you
house
have any
with
light.
you. Not very many people
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we decided to move in.
Guys, just it's like, you might want to take a few steps to your right. You see Gaius just right next to you.
Nice.
Otho. Ah, brother. They just kind of go up. He just like Gaius is like weirdly like friendly with him. They just kind of have this big like hug. You see Juliet just coalesces right next to the two of them. Hey boys, been a while since the three of us have all been back together, huh? Oh, it has been far too long. Far too long. I must say you have some interesting friends.
Is it because the house thing?
It was mostly because of the house, yeah. The last people who I met that came down here were, here in giant crabs.
Ah,
Oh, we have one.
They walked around. It was very strange.
I think we saw those, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you know Barry?
We know Barry.
Everybody knows Barry.
It seems so.
Much to his dismay.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
The popular guy.
He sure is, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't really like that, but what can you do? The guy's a saint.
Yep. What can you do?
You're around that long.
Now
I'll do
you,
another one.
Mr. Fiery One and Mr. Wooden One,
Hmm.
you two have a connection with the fellow we are about to meet, yeah?
Sort of.
He just kind of
We
looks
don't
over.
really know him. We just let him out one time.
Yeah, well, a fact for which he is very grateful, or at least he will be once he is aware of you.
Okay.
And he just looks over at Celeste. And you, I believe, have a connection. And he kind of pulls out this like little sea turtle with this fellow.
Hi.
Hi, it's me.
What?
Yeah. No, I'm all the way
Oh.
down here. Yeah.
Ha. Welcome.
It's been a while
Back.
since I've had to do that, but you know, desperate times and all that.
Yeah,
thought you
how
were
are
busy.
you coping with it?
Oh, it's all right. It's a little dark actually.
Yep.
It's stuffy down here.
And we don't have anything for that.
Well, I suppose we just got to head on forward then, huh?
Yeah. Your time to
Okay.
shine, Tinder. Go.
Definitely relying on you, although we can basically not see down here.
Perhaps I can. He just kind of reaches down and like picks up a little shell and just casts a light on it and hands it to you. He does that for each of you.
Excellent.
Oh. Thanks.
That should give you a little bit anyway.
Thank you.
Enough to move around.
You guys step forward to the edge of this kind of cliff that he's perched on, and you can see this large, stretching out in front of you, big old circular crater. Very similar to one you've seen before, many, many moons ago. You feel the ground kind of rumbling beneath you. Ah, he knows you are here.
Oh, good.
You can see dust begin to just kind of kick up from the ocean floor, clouding your vision a little bit. Kind of wait a few moments as you can feel the currents of water heating up and then cooling down, and then heating up and then cooling down and rushing past. And you can see as the dust begins to settle after several minutes of this, you can just see the circle has shifted a bit, and it's kind of up at an angle, perched on the far side of the cliff. This thing is very large, somewhere around like perhaps a mile or so from edge to edge. And you can see 5 pairs of different colored glowing eyes all kind of flicker on in the distant light, in the distant darkness rather. They kind of grow larger and larger as you see the serpentine heads of Asminar all kind of creeping closer to you, almost quizzically. The long, spiraling lower jaw as the dorsal fins kind of reflect the light behind, each one giving off a different color of some sort of magical aura as they move through the water. You can feel the crackling of electricity off of one as all of these heads kind of occupied different areas of the water in front of you, as the group of you are all kind of sitting there. Just kind of see Tor just kind of like poke his head up from where Celeste is holding him. Brother! See one of the heads just kind of turning its head. Are you in there? There is no response.
I understand you wish to see us.
see the 5 heads just kind of come closer as the necks extend out of the nautiloid shell until they're all kind of in the water surrounding you, above you. You can hear it begins to speak. It speaks in primordial.
Yeah, I would have started in primordial.
Mm-hmm. And as it does, you can see all 5 of the heads are sort of trading words, giving this strange sort of surround sound-like quality to its words. I do believe I wanted to see you. I cannot remember why.
A while ago, we helped you out of a predicament and got you back down here. Less than graceful, but free.
Ah, I do remember. I was imprisoned.
Apologies for the landing. I doubt it was comfortable.
It was, but the fall was tremendous. See, one of the heads just kind of comes down next to where Celeste is, kind of nestles the exposed jaw just kind of in the dirt, kind of burrowing so that its eyes are on a level with you. I see you have another. Yeah, it's me. I don't know how much you remember of the last. Well, it's been a while, but I remember a punishment. Well, you were being a right prick. The head just kind of rears back a little bit.
I think it might have been more
Suppose
your other brother.
I am to blame for my portion. Tell me what came of your revenge.
He's dead, but not as dead as he should be. And his influence on the plains and the damage he wrought is still around. And he, via his offspring, is attempting to make formal return.
You and I, we met this time ago and connected. Why did you free me?
I didn't know much about your kind and where I came from at the time. My only experience was with our Ket, where I originated, but anything that had been around, as long as you have seen and known as much as you have, should not be imprisoned so. It's a bit cruel in my mind. You speak of punishment for past actions. That may be true, or may be worth it at the time, but those are thousands of years ago and things are different now. And should that still be required, I think there are more elegant ways than putting you in a rock. But also, you've had a long time. I'm not convinced something like that is still required.
I have had plenty of time to think about everything. I appreciate your patience with my questions, but I am afraid I have more. Why, in the last, perhaps quarter century, I feel my self-duplicated.
There has been an event that split our world from another version, parallel. There was a cataclysmic event that, in an attempt to avoid it, survive, some rather ambitious mortals on our side caused some sort of fracture.
I know. Huh. This
There's
place.
two versions of all of us now, but I think it pains your kind more than ours.
It does. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that, Asmi, because there's two of me, there's two of Etiquette as well. What do you know? You are always the best about interplanar business. Where is this, a cosmological plane or a material?
Uh, we are on a material plane, but what do you mean by cosmological?
This other place where there is another me.
It is a parallel world exactly like our own. It separates in space. It is another entirely physical manifestation from what we've discovered. It is a plane, but also a planet, if I understand.
Material and cosmological.
I
don't suppose
guess.
any of you is an astronomer.
The one holding the turtle.
Oh,
Yes.
does she speak to... I can try with common.
Can I touch you? You might be able to help.
Fine. You see one of the heads that's closest to you just kind of settles down. Kind of gives off this... You can see fire behind the eyes. The water just kind of boiling as it breathes out. It's a little dangerous, but it holds its breath for you to approach.
I'll touch it and take out the crystal ball. Alright, I know this one's a bit of a weird one, but
oh,
it is a creature.
It sure
tongues?
is. Let's give it a go. Yes. You can cast tongues on it.
Nice.
You can all understand it now.
Oh.
You can still hear all the voices coming from all around. You who know the stars.
Yes.
Would you be able to point me towards where I am? Elsewise?
I mean, if I could, yes.
Do you need like a star chart?
Once I return to the surface, I will have you show me precisely where in the sky.
I should be able to do that, and the sword type will help where pinpointed, but I should recognize it based off of the magnitude if it's above the horizon.
Okay.
And if my hypothesis is correct, I should be able to rejoin us. Along with Tor and Araket. Where is Araket? Is it still in the basin?
The other side, yes.
I don't think we want to rejoin the two
This
versions of him.
the version on this side has been taken over. In the fight against your more sinister brother, Araket took the Shadowfell from him to take away some of his power. And at the split, he left that burden with one version of himself and separated it so that one side could be protected and the other side driven mad.
Always tricky, brother.
That
you could say that.
That is my final task from him, to eliminate the version on this side with the Shadowfell.
You guys hear this, like, strange kind of guttural rumbling kind of comes from the mouths, but also from beneath you. It takes you a second to realize that it's kind of chuckling. Our brother was always too proud for his own good. You see, he has placed a piece of the puzzle within our grasp.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I would like to know as well. I'm surprised you did not figure it out. The piece of the shadow fell that is being guarded and suffusing the life giver. If you can succeed in putting him down, you will have a gateway to the maw. Within his domain lie all the planes that he has devoured. Mechanus, Shadowfell, the Celestial.
Huh.
What is he in there?
He is everywhere. But yes, his manifestation, his other child, I presume, will find a home therein as well. The dread Behir.
Huh?
Surely no match for one such as yourselves.
Never heard of him.
He is a nasty sort.
We are familiar with some humanoid children of his, but not the Behir.
There is another. Ghastly.
How does that... Did he create them?
They came into the world with his entering, just as you did with Haraket's.
Then where did the humanoid, like the tieflings or whatever, or did they just fall in from another plane with him?
They were merely the form that was taken by his children.
Ah,
My children were similar to myself in physicality.
Hydras?
Yeah, same with mine as well. I guess we just weren't that creative.
Turtles?
The Life Giver and the Dreadmaw were always a bit more spiritual with their offspring. The ones you know as Benzakir and Nalor are one side of Uralash's coin, but he is multifaceted. His destructive tendencies and his hunger for power can't be contained by merely one sort, I suppose.
I see.
The point is, you must defeat this corrupted Araket, which I am sure you already know. When it is done, I will bring us together here. Or perhaps there. It all depends on which is the real one and which is the fabrication.
How can we find that out?
We'll find out when we find out.
So, as I said, there was a cataclysmic event that was being avoided. Should the two worlds be rejoined, the real and the fabrication, what happens to the people that do or don't exist on the other side?
I cannot rejoin the worlds as of yet. Merely myself and Tor and Araket. But I believe the world in which we find ourselves upon completion will be the real, original one. Both are real, I suppose, in a sense.
Are both permanent? We've always just run into the assumption that at some point we're going to have to deal with the rejoining, but is that true?
I do not know. It will take some study.
I'd rather them stay separate.
Agreed.
Would that things were always as simple as that.
Yeah.
But upon your defeat of this corrupted version of the Life Giver, you could venture in to the forest basin you know so well. Find that kernel of energy representing the tear between the worlds. Putting it delicately, if the maw is the belly of the beast, the realms beyond are sort of its... where it leaves its waste, we shall say. Like the dog, it will return to its vomit soon enough, but in the meantime, you could venture within and find whatever it is hiding that it doesn't want you to find. And perhaps free them. This is a ritual that has been conducted before by one that I believe you know. He was able to free certain aspects of planes from the clutches of the maw. And if you could find a way to free the celestial plane, the gods would have their home.
What would happen to the lines in which they currently reside?
They would remain imprisoned for now. But once they are freed,
They can go back to being gods.
they could, if such a thing were deemed desirable.
It's only supposed to be temporary, right?
It would be great if we could find a graceful solution to lowering continents full of people.
Sure would.
I didn't find the fall so difficult to manage, but perhaps others who are more fragile might.
Yeah, there's a lot of fragile.
On the other side, that's the cataclysmic event. Everything fell, the lines disappeared, and a significant portion of the world's population, at least up above, perished. Many cities were destroyed. Everything was thrown on its ear. They have rebuilt, but it was through pretty significant hardship.
Are there elemental planes in the maw?
I'm unsure what it has done to our home, but I would imagine most likely.
Perhaps we could find some way of I'll look at Juliet. Perhaps we could find some way to harness some air elemental energy,
Yeah, I can start.
and we could keep the islands floating.
Yeah, between air and water, and I mean, between the
Earth.
three of us, we probably could manage some kind of solution.
Or at
That
least a
would be
soft landing.
challenging, but yeah, there is always a way.
If we were able to free up access to your original plane,
Yeah.
and if Asminar is capable with planar connections,
Yeah, when did you get so good at that? I had a lot of time to think. Suppose that's true. What the fuck have I been doing for 1,000 years?
Making turtle people.
That's true.
we've
They're
met some
pretty
of them.
great.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll get on that.
so uh, To put in perspective, you are a mile-long giant shell full of terrifying shark mouths, tore as a literal island. I am convinced of the necessity of our destruction of this side's Iroquette. I am concerned by our ability. Because looking at you, I would not think, yeah, I can take that.
You could not.
I fear I will have the same opinion of he from whence I came.
That's why I'm going to help.
Oh, good.
Okay.
He advances.
What?
He has left the basin.
Oh,
He
Wow.
travels west.
well, that's not good.
The outside of his forces creep upon the lands nearby.
Quickly.
Oh, that is double plus on good.
Yeah.
We must head east.
Yep. Cut them off. Yeah.
Can we do this just in the middle of the ocean somewhere? I made the journey from the basin to what we call the depths once. It was
I
not much to
understand
be
there is
seen.
something of a settlement in between here and there. Perhaps a place from which we could stage our defense.
Sounds great.
It's not much of a settlement, but yeah, there is one.
Well, I say we do that for sure.
And at the very least, we should warn them that they are in the path of destruction should we be late
yeah.
or fail.
It is likely they are already aware.
Okay.
That's ominous.
How big has the deer gotten?
It is not so much the size that is of concern, but it can walk across the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So big.
Yeah.
I can feel it. Now that you have explained the process to me, I can feel it. I thought that piece of shadow I was sensing was our other brother. But he lurks elsewhere, on the fringes. The gargoyle at the corner of the church. He's watching. All the heads just kind of look around. I always hate it when he does this.
Does what?
He's able to feel things beyond that we can't. Never really understood it. It's his chaotic nature. He's in tune with the entropy of the universe. Just like your lash is. Araket and I, we've always been too solid. This is something different.
But I guess that makes sense how he figured out the whole planar connection part of things. Seems like
Yeah,
he might be uniquely suited.
It's a good thing
Yeah.
that he's working with us.
Hmm.
Doesn't
Certainly
sound like
is.
that used to be the case.
It did not know. I had to help Baranon and his friends lock him up inside the mountain. Seems to have cooled him off.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
We must away. Time is of the essence.
Oh. Cinder, should we ask him for a ride?
I will
Would
take
you-
you.
Oh.
Pick up your house first, though.
Oh, yes.
As for you, children, cousins, yeah, I think we should probably. I just I don't know, man. What kind of feel like there's other stuff going on up here that we should probably be working on, but I don't know. Araquette's kind of a big deal too.
It does seem like a big deal. But there is the war up top, yeah.
I'm gonna head up. I want to go back to Forsberg.
And Millicent is still gone.
Yes. Do you think there is a likelihood that you will find her on this journey, though?
I don't see why she would be down here.
I wouldn't think so as well. I will return to the surface.
Have we been able to track or contact her in any way? Have you had any success with that, guys?
I mean, I contacted her.
She does
Did
not
she
have much use for me right now. And I have been away. She has tried. I've heard from her courier. While I am down here, I am unable to reach her. This place is far, and the interference of the Leviathan has caused some difficulty. But I am not very good at any of this. And should I speak to her, I wouldn't know what exactly I ought to say. I don't think she would be inclined to tell me where she is.
I mean,
I am the reason why she was in Benzakir's clutches for the first 12 years of her life.
was Bentakir aware of her in that time period, though?
I do not know. I hoped he wasn't. I thought they would be safe there.
You sent them to Almarna?
I advised that perhaps they should try it. Her mother had business there as well.
Got it.
Well,
Never sensed any bad blood from her over that, though.
No, perhaps not. It could be on my side, primarily.
I
doesn't-
think if she's tried to contact you, then that's a good sign.
You're probably right. I should return to the surface where I can be reached more easily. This business with Asmanar seemed more pressing. But
Yeah.
I will go with Juliet.
Thanks for coming down with us.
Yeah.
See, Otho. Yeah, and thanks for the help with all of that. That was that could have been very dodgy. We spent lots and lots of time down here on various rituals trying to calm this fellow down, bring him back to himself.
Well, thank you. Your work is appreciated.
I do what I
Largely
can.
seems successful.
I will head eastward with you as well. I will stay down here on the bottom. I am sure there are lots of nasty sea creatures that I can put a stop to. But I need to get out of here.
Sure. Come time to return to the surface, will you be able to help us with that?
Yes, indeed. I am thinking perhaps it is time for me to end my state of neutrality. After what I am hearing, well, I think we will have to have a little conversation with Nero. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Not exactly my favorite person to speak to. He's not anybody's favorite person to speak to, but it has to be done. Well, there's a lot of fun things to go and do, but sounds like you guys got a date with Destiny.
We sure do.
Yeah.
If I hear anything from her, I will contact you.
Please.
Thank you.
Fire,
Juliet, you're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with him. So if he hears anything, I can let you know.
Keep an eye on Ben and the others. We don't
Best I
have
can.
good reason to trust that Andreas will keep his word of this current ceasefire.
Well, hey, we learned I can take down one of those big fuckers up in St. Lasgar, so
That
happy to
you
do it
certainly
again.
did.
Hope it doesn't come to that though, because that was not fun.
Agreed. We didn't enjoy the experience either.
Yeah.
Well, Brooke sounds passive about it, but I didn't enjoy the experience. All right,
You
well,
see
let's
the
fucking go do
big
this.
shell just very quickly, for something of its massive size, begin to come up out of the crater, propelled by some unseen force. Just kind of flops down towards you, angled downward, so that you could climb up on,
All right. Let's ride.
grab the house, and
Yeah, back into the little ball.
the whole thing kind of rotates, so you're not on the flat circular part, but on the top of the tire, if you will, as it comes up and out, rising up out of the water very quickly. And you can see you come up to the surface, your little dinghy not too far away.
Well,
You can see beneath the water
So long, dinghy.
the glowing lights of the 5 elemental heads as it begins to head eastward at a rapid clip.
would have liked to
Should-
have saved that if I could. Oh well.
It's one of his.
You just like slap it? Is that what you're
No,
like
it's
giddy
like
up?
one- Yeah, it's just like one of his little, I don't know, hands or whatever, just like smashes the dinghy or something. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. The Spindrift and Cinder. We're concerned about the whole operation there still.
I don't know. It's been a few years since I've been there. There will probably be some people that remember me. I'm a rather memorable visage in a place like that.
It's true.
Um, I'll know where to go when we get there to find things out,
Okay.
and the level of problem that place is going to be will depend on what we find,
Yeah.
and it will depend on who survived
Yeah.
my escape.
Yes.
So
You guys are moving along very quickly now, luckily.
I didn't interact with him much when I was there before, but I imagine the king will want to speak to us. And you may have interest in him. He has some apparent history with Blackmire.
What?
And is one of the few people down there who's technically free.
What's his name?
Yarkot?
Do I know that name?
Make a history check. You do not. You have not heard that name.
Hmm.
Other than in the context of him being the leader of Spindrift.
Yeah. But he's one of the ones that was like on your list, right?
No, he was neutral for the most part. He just he valued the pact that they had with the unnamed isles, where gifts are dropped through Hell's Eye down to the depths, and they go and collect them. And that's largely what keeps Spindrift functional. And he primarily focused on keeping that flowing and functioning, supplemented by raids to the Southlands and the smaller islands as needed, and pillaging and things like that. It was the people that reveled in that I had problems with.
Sounds right.
One of which was the captain of the ship that I was, shall we say, recruited for. And had machinations against King Yarkut at his own control. I'm really hoping he's one of the ones that didn't make it off the ship when I left.
He's gonna have made it up. Shit, I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, and I'm
Seems to be
hoping
how our destiny pans out. Yeah.
generally, yeah. I'm just hoping that he's not king when we get there.
Oh.
Oh.
Because then, if his plans have grown, this is going to be a lot less friendly place.
Yeah, well, if he isn't, I'll just kill him.
Even if he's not, you can kill him.
Yes, yes.
Well,
If he's not, then I'll definitely kill him. If Asmanar, not Asmanar, Asmanar's our friend. Damn, Arquette. If Arquette doesn't kill him first, I guess.
or if I don't.
Sure, yeah. If you want to do it personally, you know, I'm all about that. I get it.
Yeah, if, like you said, we have a way of running into the people that we don't want to. The ship was a crew of about 20. There was like 5 or so officers and a few that rotated. There is 1 that I would really like to have lived, and 2 that I would really like to have died. I'm guessing we will probably run into all of them, just our luck.
Right.
Probably tell us what you want. We want to keep alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Important. No. Just real
Cross
quick.
that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
point it out.
Sure.
You guys are blazing through the ocean up on the back of Asmanar here. It moves with a strange rapidity for something that doesn't really seem to have any actual way of propelling itself. But the 5 heads kind of come up out of the water like dolphins as you move forward. You've got quite a lot of ground to cover. You've got, like 7 grid lengths east and then that many south as well, but you can cut mostly diagonally down here. The water is choppy, the breeze is cold but not biting as it is this summer. I would say it probably takes about a full 24 hours, but before long, as the sun kind of begins to set behind you, you guys have passed by a lot of places that you have never seen before. Most of you, Cinder, you've seen them in passing once before, but there are a number of smaller islands in the depths that you are passing by. Indeed, rather close. Beneath the unnamed islands above, there are a handful of forgotten islands beneath, some of which seem to have small settlements atop them of, you imagine, either depth dwellers by nature or by necessity, collared prisoners from Rise. You do know that your people at Rise have been making efforts to come out and grab some of those people and have them contribute to the cause, but it's a slow process, as you can imagine. There's a massive cluster of mountains to the southeast that stretch a mile or 2 above the surface of the water to the point where they're, to your eyes down here, within spitting distance of the Lattice far above. beneath Mintak to the east a little bit. You guys circle around them to the north, and as you kind of crest to the north and up and around those mountains down there, you can look beyond to the east, where you know the forest basin sits far in the distance. Cinder, you can feel something amiss in the waters far to the east, but not too far. Something is definitely coming.
Certainly not as sensitive as Asminar, but I get it now.
What? Can sense your dad?
Or whatever he's become.
Evil dad?
There's a lot of that going around.
My dad
Apparently.
was never evil.
That's true.
What about you, Agatha? What's your dad like?
Good, upstanding man. Been a long time since I've seen him, though, so.
Oh, right. You're old.
Like, really tempted to, like, slap him right now with the sword. It's like. We're on a.
A little cross on that one, dear.
Oh, sorry about that.
Just plotting when. Just plotting.
I know you're the father expert around here. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Your dad is
Your dad's
dead. You guys dart south along the coast of the mountain range here, and you see in the distance, many of you for the first time, Cinder, for you, a place that you desperately hoped you would never have to see again. But all of you, for better or worse, come upon the settlement of Spindrift. The first thing that strikes you guys as you come down from the north is that there is something of a makeshift grove, kind of nestled against the shores of the rocky crags and cliffs. Perhaps an acre or so of what seem to be mangrove trees, encircling some kind of meager attempt at making a farm or a orchard of some kind. The salt water and rough terrain of the mountains don't really lend themselves very well to such endeavors, but it does seem like somebody has been putting in efforts to try and get something moving there. The mangrove trees look well as far as that goes, and they can perhaps filter some of the water to allow something to grow inside. You can see glints of something through the trees, but you're not entirely sure exactly what. The other thing that you guys notice, and Cinder, this is something that was here in part when you were last here, but it has certainly grown in the time since. A makeshift perimeter of stone and wood, like balustrades, basically encircling the entire city. Atop the walls, every 30 or 40 feet or so, are little makeshift parapets where you can see ballistae and cannons mounted and torches lighting the distance. As the night begins to fall here, it's still pretty early in the evening, but it's pretty dark on this side of the mountains, given the shade cast. And you can see well the torch lights of the city and the walls. Asminar just kind of stops and about a few miles north of the city, and you see the heads kind of come up out of the water. I believe this is where I would be best served to leave you.
Probably.
When the time comes, I will be here.
Put that water walk on you, Cinder.
Yep.
Could also
I was just
have
contemplating
tied
the
that little. You could have tied that little dinghy to Asminar if you wanted to bring it with you and use that.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Start rowing our way in.
Guys, begin making your way towards the city. You can see these walls are definitely ramshackle, but solid and sturdy. And they're kind of built upon these natural spires of rock that come up out of the water that make it rather difficult for you to make your way in. But Cinder, you know the way. This is a good natural protection against invasions from sea, but you know how to navigate the stones that lurk just beneath the surface of the water towards the main entryway of this gate here. It's not really a gate; it's just kind of a small opening in the walls. You can see a few guards peering down upon you as you make your way in. Nobody you recognize, Cinder, but you do see a human man kind of holding a torch up as he looks down at you from perhaps 25 feet up. Hold.
What's our story?
I'm here to see Yarkot.
Just kind of looks down at you.
Tell him the tree man is back after all this time, and he'll tell you to open the gate.
You see him just kind of shit ass. You see him just kind of like mutter a couple.
He knows me.
See, you guys see this little Kenku just like hop up onto the outside of the wall, and this is little Kenku guy, kind of wrapped up in leathers. You can see his wings are pretty much clipped, and he has like a giant longbow on his back. Just see him look down at you. The tree man is back.
They have you among the guard now, huh?
Among the guard. King Yarkot. Message. Shit ass. What's our story, guys?
Good to see you too.
Good to see you. You see, it just like jumps off the wall, and you can see now there's just this like little row of like logs tied together, and he just darts across the water on them back to the center.
Dang.
Is his name shit ass?
Yeah, I was gonna say, now that I've been around the world a bit more, I realize that that's not a great thing to call someone, but yeah, his name is Shitass.
Not a very nice name.
Huh.
Sure
That's
isn't, but
unfortunate.
I didn't really put that together my first time here. I was still pretty
Yeah,
new to those things.
Feels about right though. For this
yeah.
He's fine though. He's the scout, apparently for the guard now, but
so he's a good one.
yes, he spent some time in the tavern with the one tavern with the innkeep there, who's a good person. I spent a fair amount of time with him when I was here. The two that didn't look right.
All right.
Helped him patch up his wing a few times, but yeah. I wouldn't say I was friends with anyone here, but he was fine, and honestly, me calling out that I'm here for Yarkot and he'll tell them to open the gate was kind of a bluff. It was kind of channeling a little bit of Rook there. So having somebody that actually recognizes me should hopefully help.
Nice. See, that's just how it works out.
I'm not convinced that Yarkot will actually care that I'm back.
You guys are looking out, and those of you who have never been here before are noticing exactly what Spindrift really is. It's a pretty sizable town. You imagine several thousand people probably make their homes here. First thing you notice are a number of well-acquainted ships, bona fide sea ships, moored kind of around the circumference of this town, which is built up against the base of the mountain range here, and the wall kind of goes around encircling it 3/4 of the way or so, with butting up against the mountain range as well. And there's a good couple dozen ships moored along the ports here. There's 3 of them that are definitely the biggest, and they seem to be the most well kept. Cinder, you recognize all 3 of these ships.
Shit.
They are in order: the Challenge, the Dead Reckoning, and Red Sky. You all kind of see that the entire town here is just built on the carcasses of other vessels. The entire city floats and moves with the waves. All of the buildings and with the light coming from the windows moving and undulating in kind of an almost unsettling sort of fashion. They seem to be created out of wrecked ships. There's rope tied between some buildings to keep them together. There's bridges that seem to be made of netting from destroyed ships. There's some towers throughout constructed from various pieces of like crow's nests and stuff. It seems to be buoyed up on barrels and fragments of crates and things. You can see the whole town just kind of gets taller as it goes towards the mountains. And near the westernmost point is this large, like detached stern castle of a ship that's just kind of butted up against one of the mountains that's kind of jutting forward. And you can see there seems to be another ship moored along the back there. A smaller one, but a nice one. Can't really make out much detail about it. But you do see now the little Kenku darting back across the log bridge to where he's just kind of standing, probably like 10 feet away from the front of your ship here. Send him in. The tree man.
All right. I'm glad he remembered.
Sounds like a
remembered.
friendly fellow.
Also, presumably Tor was left with the genies, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he still just a turtle? Okay, cool.
He was like,
Also,
Yeah, it's like, what the-
did the mimic that he did that sound like Yarkot to my memory?
It did.
Okay. All right. Well, good news and bad news.
Hmm.
That sounded like Yarkot, so he's still around.
Yep.
The one at the end over there with the red masts, the big one.
Yeah, red sky.
Yeah, last time I saw that one, it was on fire.
Oh.
Tree man. On fire. Red sky. Bad news.
Yeah. Terrible thing, that.
Good
Captain
news
of
and
that.
bad news.
Shit ass is the captain of that. Doing good these days, doing bad.
Captain John Cook.
Didn't really give
Good
Take it
news.
you heard from him recently?
Recently.
Got it.
Good news and
And-
bad news.
Well, I guess I'll find out when I get
The
there.
tree man. On fire. Good news. Captain John Cook.
Don't think he'll be happy to see me. We'll see.
Yeah, we got your back.
McManus still running the bunker?
The busted bunker.
Will you be there later?
Good news.
All right. Well, thank you for the message, and I'll be seeing you then.
Good to see you. Jumps. Runs back across.
He seems fine. Yeah.
That guy was always impossible to tell what the hell he was saying.
You could tell what he was getting at, but it doesn't convey emotion. I can't. I've tried to learn to read people over time. That one still completely inscrutable to me.
It's
I
hard to
mean-
read birds.
And also, hard to read someone that's mimicking the same inflection that you gave.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys can make your way in. There are some moors available that you can tie your ship to.
Dinghy.
Your little
Is there one
dinghy.
close to Red Sky? Can I park
There
next to
is.
it?
There is.
Nice.
Just tied to like the netting on the side of the ship there.
Guess I should return this. Oh,
Oh my god. I guess so.
You can steal it again later.
Just steal it back.
If we're stealing one, it's not going to be this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
steal
might as
this
well get the
one.
whole ship.
Yeah.
Might as well be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is bringing back a lot of bad memories.
There seems like nothing good down here, so
There are good people in every bad place, but most bad places are full of not good people.
Full of shit asses.
Oh,
Who ironically
Yeah,
is one of the
like-
good ones.
Strangely enough.
Well, I imagine since I dropped his name, we're going to have to go to see Yarkot first. And I don't know what that's going to look like. But
What?
hopefully after that we can go see probably the best one and go see McManus.
All right.
All right, well, you want to take us in?
Yeah.
I suppose.
after you.
Lead the way up.
You do, in fact, know the way very well. There are people around, sitting outside of buildings, perched atop crates and barrels, chatting amongst themselves. Hard-looking individuals. Most of the people here are collared, and which you all know means that if they ever return back within the perimeter of the islands, they would be killed immediately. They all get a good look at you guys as you're walking by, especially Cinder. There is a glimmer of recognition in most of their faces. None of them seem keen on stopping you, though. Rook, there are an abundance of members of the subtler arts here as well that you can pinpoint with their various triple bands, to the point where you probably imagine basically everybody here has some kind of background in that.
Yep.
Eventually, you guys reach the Crow's Nest at the western side of town, the sort of makeshift seat of rule from where King Yarkot makes his home. On your way up, they've just this sort of this switchback set of gang planks that you have to make your way up. You guys all get a nice look at his private vessel moored to the north, kind of in a private little bay with its own gate out of the perimeter wall. The flag atop looks very familiar to you all.
Hmm.
Continue to make your way in. He has basically reinvented the back half of a ship and repurposed it for his uses here. As you can see, it's basically the captain's chambers of a ship, of a very large ship, reacquainted into something of a, not exactly an audience chamber, but perhaps a little public meeting space. He seems to be in here at the moment with a human man dressed very finely. This man at the side of him here seems to be talking to him, wearing like a very well-tailored suit. He has like a little very well-polished cane and very nice boots. He's got this very nice top hat as he's sitting here talking to the man of the hour, King Yarkot, who sits on a stool, not especially fancy looking, at a table that the two of them are just kind of picking some bits of fish off of and munching on. One of them very daintily, the other with a knife and just sort of haphazardly shoving chunks of it into his mouth. This is a dwarven fellow. He doesn't have a collar. You can see he seems to be, like Agatha, missing a foot. It hasn't been really replaced by anything. He just seems to have basically a cane on the one side, or a sort of crutch that he just uses when he's walking. At his back is a great axe, very bushy, kind of dark black, with bits of gray in it. beard, bald head. Looks up at the lot of you as you come in. Alright, get lost, Hallie. You see the other guy just... Yeah, yes, of course, my liege. We'll be speaking to you later about the matter that we discussed previously. Yeah, whatever, get out. Kind of goes. Alright. Almost didn't believe shit-ass when he told me.
It's tough for him to lie. Especially with the voice.
It's only as tough for him to lie as it is for anybody else.
Thanks for letting me in.
You could have come in without my permission.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how things may have changed.
Luckily, not enough of that.
Glad to hear it.
So you made some new friends.
I have.
I know you don't eat, but the rest of you care to partake? We got some halibut.
We're good.
Yeah, I'm okay for
All
right now,
right,
thank you.
Shoot yourself. Shiver makes a fine catch. What brings you home?
My first home.
That place you didn't like to talk about.
Yeah, it had some problems.
Yeah, we're picking up on that.
Yeah. They have gotten worse, and the source of them is heading this way.
Yeah, we're noticing that. So
I'm a lot
Eisenstadt
different
reached
than...
out to you.
Hmm?
Eisenstadt told me he reached out to you.
Did. A long time ago. Lots happened since then. A lot's happened since then. I'm a bit different than I was when I was here before, and my friends here are a bit different than the ones I rode with in the past. We would like to help with your problem, but we're going to require the support of whatever you can muster.
Last time you were here, you nearly burned down one of our docks.
Well, this big monster's coming to come kill all of you, so kind of in your best interest to help.
And you know as well as I that most of the people on that dock deserved it.
But not all of them.
Like I said. Different person. Learned a little bit.
It's good. You had a lot to learn. But so do the rest of us here, unfortunately. I'm gonna do what I can because I know you're telling the truth.
If it's a matter of convincing people, I have a rather compelling argument if you'd have it.
I'm not gonna need a lot of convincing. We've been having problems. Things walking around at night.
Sounds about right.
Brain things coming up out of the water. Lashing people with tentacles. The trees come alive. And anybody who goes more than 10 miles east says the water turns black as pitch. Becomes a thick syrup they can't sail through. And when they sleep, they dream and they see things. Horrible things.
So it sounds made up. But the Shadowfell is, as much as it can be made into a physical manifestation, is on its way here. And that's what you've been experiencing.
Guess it shouldn't surprise me.
Fits for the things you've seen.
Yeah. Now you say you're different now. You gotten involved in business up top?
You could say that. Some
I
parts of
see
your
you're-
past you didn't like talking about either.
You gotta imagine I come by a little surprised to see you running around with a BI agent and the former High Priestess.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell you are, but I'm sure you're someone special too.
I'm not particularly fond of BI.
Looks over at Celeste. You probably don't remember me, but I remember you. I used my audience when I was a lad.
Would I remember anything about this guy?
Probably not.
So kid.
Yeah.
You sent me down a path that I much rather would have not gone down.
Well, I apologize for my part in that, and if that's the case.
Well, we've all been places we'd rather not be, I think. And we've all done things we probably ought not have done.
Well, perhaps I have a form of payment for you then. Somebody that we would really like to no longer be alive. That I think you too would very much like to no longer be alive. We got him to agree to come down here to meet us at neutral ground.
I already know Ben Zakir's down here.
What?
I was talking about Andreas.
Oh.
Oh no,
Well,
please. Benzakia's here, right?
yeah.
This is gonna become a very interesting city very quickly.
Please do tell.
Now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't.
Well, maybe Andreas should come down here then.
Yeah, he said he was looking for something.
Ben
not
Secure
often.
was?
Indeed. It's not often he graces us with his presence.
I would imagine it's not often that he has something so difficult to obtain that he must search for it himself.
Yeah, he had someone with him.
A girl?
Yeah? Don't tell me, friend of yours?
You said not to tell you.
You know how to pick 'em, Roger.
Go by Cinder now.
Fitting.
They thought so.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon you got a lot to talk to McManus about.
I guess so. I'm imagining he will have plenty of details. If Ben Zakir is here, I can't imagine him being anywhere else.
I don't know where
Unless you gave him a place to stay?
Not really my purview. But McManus will know where he is if he's not there.
Alright. And I have one other thing for whenever we set out against this problem.
Do tell.
I'm going to assume that everybody that I knew before is still here.
Oh, yeah.
If the Red Sky sails with us, it sails under Lockton, or it sails under me, or it sinks.
You know, I can't really conduct my business that way.
I know you don't like to. But I'm not asking. There's something equally large and equally scary to the thing we're going to fight. That we have its ear. And if there's a ship that needs to be consumed, it would be simple. We will fight for you, but I will not do it alongside Cook.
You're not giving me much choice here, are you? I'll see what I can do. Busting my fucking balls.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience now, but in the long run, you'll thank me.
If the choice is protecting my people and not having to look at that motherfucker's face while I do it, it's not that difficult of a choice. But should things go sour, I don't exactly want that guy any closer to my bad side than he already is.
I'd be perfectly happy to solve that problem for you.
I think
tried
it's about
once.
time you head out. I'd rather not be complicit in whatever it is you may or may not get yourself up to while you're here. But I'll do my part. You bet your ass I'll do my part. You just tell me where I need to be and when.
I believe you, and I thank you for it. Give us a day to figure things out, and I'll be back, and we'll have a plan for you then.
I'll be here.
We're going to bring our ride closer. Can you have shit-ass run the walls and tell them to not shoot at something strange that they see in the next day?
Okay.
Giant shark monster.
They'll know it when they see it.
You found it, huh?
One of them.
Just thought it was a legend. You've been up to stuff, Cinder.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what? I'm happy for you. You were always too good for this place.
I wasn't the right person for this place. I might still not be. But maybe now I can leave it a little better than I found it. Because I didn't know how to do that the first time.
Well, you better hope you're the right person. I don't see anybody else.
Certainly ain't gonna be fucking Benzik here. Alright. We have some people to talk to.
Yeah, I imagine you do.
Head on out. So the prim one that you saw in there with him when we walked in is Captain Halley. The other of the two big, scary-looking ships, one of them is his.
And
He
he's,
looks nice. He's a real fucking asshole.
I imagine.
Called themselves the Stately Fellows. He fancies himself something of a gentleman, but I've never seen a survivor from any of his raids.
He's a gentleman bastard. Is that what you say?
Great.
Yeah, the 3 big ships, none of them are nice. Unfortunately, we need their support.
I don't imagine that they are.
The last one in the middle, Captain Ivyvale, she recruited anybody that had any inkling of magical inclination when they came down here,
Hmm.
and
Oh.
inducted them to her basically fucking cult of Umberly that she ran on that ship.
Oh, good.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, she's a big Umberly fan.
So she's like the Mira of down here. Back when, you know.
We thought
Back
Mia
before
was
we
just
knew
an
who Mira
asshole.
was, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think she's what we thought Mira was without
Yeah.
all the
Back and
depth.
forth.
Yeah.
God, I hope not. What if she turns out to be like your cousin or something?
I don't know. I took a hard line there with Yarkad on Cook, and I kind of didn't think he would let me get away with it, but I don't like the other 2 captains either, but we're gonna have to work with them for the time being.
He's a pragmatic man, and the fact that you made it back down here alive probably tells him that you're strong enough that he needs your ass.
I can help with some of the talking of the other captains.
That would definitely be helpful. I won't be terribly convincing in that.
I think I could get
I think you'll be able
out of
to.
them.
I think you'll be able to make yourself very comfortable in this town.
Probably.
Yeah, on the flip side, there's a strong probability more than him will recognize me.
That may not be a bad thing.
Except for the fact that they're all down here because of
Yeah.
Oh,
If I
Rise.
was one, yeah.
Yeah, maybe put on put a hood up or something.
Yeah.
Just change your hair color again.
yeah, tie it up.
Mhm.
Such a pain in the ass initially. Okay.
what's the deal with the collars?
Uh,
Did
they
you-
were initial.
Did you have any involvement with that in your time?
Hey, Matthew, because I'm sure it's somewhere in notes, but
Well, basically, they are people who were imprisoned at Rise, and they had the option to leave and go down below to like work off their sentences. But when they did that, they were given collars that basically said you can't leave this radius, and if you do leave this radius, then when you go back in, it'll kill you. So these are all people who left the radius and now cannot go back in.
I would imagine if they were something that could be rendered inert and removed easily, that would
Yeah,
have been
not
long
easily.
since figured out.
was that a God's Hold initiative or?
Yeah, Rise was run and managed by God's Hold.
Yeah.
But it was just
Okay.
sort of it was the catch-all prison for everybody who didn't go to Mintak.
Hmm.
Well, that. If Yarkut has any trouble convincing the other captains in the fleet to aid us, we have a many-ton shark-shaped stick.
Yeah.
And perhaps that can be the carrot?
Yeah, that or the fact that, death comes regardless.
Now, what
If my
if
time here originally indicates anything, that may not be as strong of a selling point as you think in this town. To some,
what if
not
Captain
all.
Cook did happen to sail out with us and it, accidentally got stepped on by a big giant space deer?
I think it's very likely.
What then? I mean, accidents happen all the time.
Accidents happen.
If the
And
red
maybe
sky
he
sails under
accident
Cook,
there was like some goo and it stuck him to the mast,
That'd be
and he just
terrible.
couldn't. Yeah, it would just be such a tragedy.
Yeah.
while I like where you're going, and I think Rook could certainly orchestrate such things,
Yeah.
I'm a much less subtle person. If this red sky sails with us, that wasn't an empty threat. I will just tell Asmar to fucking eat it if it's under
Oh
Cook.
yeah, that works. Yeah.
So
I do
maybe
truly
you would
think
be
that we could.
well. Maybe you would be better served just asking Wellington and whoever else, Cutter maybe, and maybe Eisenstadt to just not be on the ship?
I was just going to remove Cook and tell Lockton or Wellington that, hey, this is yours now.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest with you, I don't really remember a lot of that time the way that you do. I wasn't really completely online then, so...
We hadn't really figured it out yet.
Oh, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You being put in charge, Cook is definitely gonna come and try and kill you. You know that, right? If you're gonna take him off his own place,
I
take him off
think
of his power.
if Yarkot tries to unseat him from the sky, potentially. But just me leading the defense of the city, I don't think he's got enough spine to stand up to that.
I don't
But
think Cook even thinks you're a person.
he doesn't.
Wouldn't that make him more angry at it then?
Maybe.
Or confused, or who knows. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Yes, we'll find out his reaction.
Hell,
You
he
guys-
may be waiting for us in the next place.
You're kind of interrupted by a sight that you see kind of near the center of town as there's just this large mast just kind of poking out of one of the main courtyard areas, and you see two bodies nailed to it, but through the neck. One of them seems to be wearing a fake makeshift BI uniform. The other seems to be wearing priestly vestments, and you can see both of them have a sign around their neck that says "Get fucked, spy."
Miss Agatha, I think you should wear different clothes.
I don't think I can do much about that.
Here, I think
Yeah, change your hair
Mark-
color.
I don't think you need to worry about it. The average rabble in this city is not.
also
There's nothing we couldn't fend off.
I was going to say it's rabble, but we've faced a lot worse.
Yeah.
I imagine if someone gives you trouble, you just punch them in the face with your
Yeah,
gauntlet.
I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
yeah,
We
we're
got
just
you
about
back.
Crococopter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
The
This-
shock value.
That'll
This
scare
place
'em
was
off.
frightening to me when I was here the first time, but I was functionally 3.
Yeah, you are still learning. Also, I do feel bad for your friend having been misguided from my advice, though I really wish I could remember what advice I gave him.
That's not your fault for him to interpret it such a way that led him down this path.
He
His
has his own choices.
His choices are always his own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not particularly worried about it because if he was a child at the time, then the advice was, I can't imagine, very extreme. So, anyways, just a note.
You guys do get to the Soul Tavern in the place. The busted bunker. It just looks like, a couple of ships stapled together, basically.
Rook, you wouldn't happen to be carting around any more liquor from up above, would you?
I always have some whiskey. Why?
Keep that handy. That McManus knows everything about everything here, but he's trusted for a reason. But that might be one of the best commodities we have with us in this town.
Oh, wow.
They don't get a lot down here, especially if you had any wine.
I don't think I have that.
We'll see. Head on in.
You guys do go in. You can see it's a pretty rowdy sight on the inside. There's quite a few roughneck-looking individuals in here. seated around various tables, which are really just upturned barrels. You do see a sort of makeshift bar at the far side of the room. A couple of doors, a couple of like saloon-style doors at either end, leading into some kind of back kitchen area. You see this massive Goliath man, shirtless and very, very muscular, leaning against the counter and chatting with shit ass, it seems, at the end of the bar. As you guys turn to look in, you just kind of like, you were right. And you see shit ass just looks up, fucking yeah. Where did you pick that word up? I do not. No. I do not know. Thank you. Thank you. I am done talking to you now. What? Tree man!
Hello, McManus.
Come, have a seat. You are
Need
bringing
everything.
friends. You are
Yes.
my favorite customer who never drinks. You bring more people who drink. This is why I like you.
Happy to be of service.
You can see
Well.
Shit Ash just holds up his like empty tankard. He's like, service. Service. Yeah.
You can have
See,
mine.
Just kind of reaches under and he pulls out this like green kind of opaque bottle and just corks it and fills it up. It's got this very sweet kind of plummy scent almost.
What is that?
The Southlanders call it sake. It's basically all we have here other than some rum and whiskey that comes down from above.
Alright, I'll have some.
Yeah, try it. It is pretty good. It can be heated up as well, but wait, you can ask him to do that. We do not often get a lot of newcomers down here, but now we have many in 1 week.
Yeah. We heard a little bit about that from Yarkot. What do you know about that?
You see, just kind of like, shit does. He just kind of looks at you. We are looking for a blue woman, a blue-skinned tiefling woman. Have you ever seen anybody like that around these parts? We believe she may have something of some value to us.
Yeah, checks out.
Do you guys have any meat?
Also checks out. So, have you seen a blue-skinned tiefling one?
No, we have not. At least I have not.
Damn.
About you, shit ass.
I have not.
Are they still here? Those two?
Far as I know, yes, they are bunking somewhere on the western side of town. But I believe they will be leaving soon.
What with the issues?
Yes, there is a lot of unpleasantness out at the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Think we can do something about that.
Oh, that would be good.
It will probably be uncomfortable, and we will require assistance. But something can be done.
Wow.
Hey, Rook,
Yep.
could you send the bird? Do you have that level of interaction with him?
What, Fred?
Yeah. Like, instead of
what-
sending, could he, like, go to our other friend and tell him to come in?
What?
I imagine they could communicate.
What other Fred?
The big one.
Like, come in where?
Just close enough to be obvious. I feel like we're going to need to make a case, and I think he's going to be very compelling.
Fred? If you feel comfortable with it, go ahead.
It flies off.
Alright, he's on it.
All right, we'll see how that goes.
I trust him.
So do I. He's a magical bird.
He is.
He is.
Not you, magical bird.
He is. Uncomfortable.
I have a thought. I wonder how this works. I've got more charges.
What are you doing?
Hey, shit ass. I touch him and cast tongues. How does that work?
How's that
What
work?
does it?
Does it? I do not know.
Seems about the same for the moment.
For the moment. Uncomfortable.
Last an hour. Play around.
He just like hops off his stool and like sprints out of the tavern.
Not what I meant, but all right.
Someone should have said something in another language to him.
Anyway, McManus,
Yes.
how have things been since I've been gone?
Oh, positively dreadful. But what can you expect? It is Spindrift.
I guess that's fair. Is there anybody I should not be expecting to see again since last time? Anybody
Well,
relevant?
Captain Ivyvale has gone through quite a few crew members, but I don't know if you ever knew any of them.
Not well.
Otherwise, about the same. We've been doing our best. Things are happening at night sometimes that are unpleasant, but
What has Ivyvale been doing that's losing her so many crew members?
venturing out too far.
Along with the things that come at night, yeah.
The seas are not safe. Many have bunkered down.
Yeah?
Does McManus have a collar?
He does.
Well,
I suppose you have any way of don't know any particulars about where the two strange fellows we were asking about are, do you?
Not exactly, but it is a small enough town. You walk the right direction, you will find them eventually.
We'd like to go search for them if possible.
you saying
Or
you would
they
like
would
to
be.
go?
Yeah.
If you want to go search and we stay here,
Oh, I mean anyone's welcome, but
yeah.
that'll depend on if you think it's more likely them not to. I don't know. What do you think will generate a more positive response?
With her?
Yeah. Us or me?
I don't think you should go and confront Benzakir by yourself.
Well, I don't want to confront Benzakia.
No, but he's gonna be there.
Yeah, if it's just her, then just you. But if Benzakir is gonna be there too.
I don't know if he's not gonna be stuck to a 24/7.
Are you sure?
No, okay. Probably not 24/7, but if he knows we're in the area, which he has the resources,
Not down here, he doesn't, does he?
If you show up asking after her, he's not gonna want to lose her, so he's not gonna want us getting her back.
plus I'm sure he has someone at, Almana that just looks into us and sends reports back if on the off chance we do come looking for Millicent.
And I think it would be very interesting for all of us to have a conversation with him about his brother? Cousin? Whatever the fuck that relationship is, I don't remember.
Brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
No, it's for sure, brother.
And niece?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then let's go have a chat.
Alright. McManus will be back.
Good luck.
If you see him, let Wellington know I'm back. I'm sure word will make its way around quick enough, but I'd like him to know before the others if I could control it.
Will do.
Thanks.
It's good to see you again.
From you, I actually believe that.
I wouldn't believe it from any others. Other than maybe shit ass.
Yeah, he's good. I won't lie to you. It is good to see you, but it's not good to be back.
It's not good for any of us to be here. But it is rare that you see somebody leave and choose to return of his own volition.
Well, no matter how shitty this place is, it doesn't deserve to get destroyed.
That is where we disagree.
Well, not without everybody having their chance to do something about it or leave first. I
Not
made that
very many
mistake
places
last time.
we can go.
True. But I made that mistake last time of making that choice for some people. And I have regretted it.
There's a good thing you do. Too good, I think. But good nonetheless. Casting pearls before swine and all.
We'll just see how it shakes out.
I suppose we will. The oceans are angry.
Now more than ever.
Well, good luck with the Emperor, or whatever the hell. It'll be fun.
Thanks. Alright, let's go find this.
Let's go find him.
Come out, you see shit ass like jumping around rooftops, yelling shit in Primordial.
Alright, well. Seems like he's figuring it out.
People start like throwing rocks at him and stuff, and he's just like ducking and bobbing and weaving.
I think he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, looks like he's having fun.
Your bird returns.
Red. Is he on his way? He's done it.
I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Almost always.
Could be yes, no, it could be anything, truly.
Anything with one
all
syllable.
all thoughts sound the same.
I understand.
Croese.
Hmm.
Croatian.
Oh.
Let's go find Benzakir.
Guys, traipse on that way. Towards the other side of town. Meanwhile, Millicent,
Yeah.
you're enjoying some halibut.
Nice.
Sitting in a small
Hell
kind
yeah.
of ramshackle house. You see Benzakir is working over some documents.
I'm enjoying myself. This is good
Yeah.
fish.
Getting some feeling the sea breeze.
Yeah. Wow. It's like when I was in the other world.
You see, he's just. It does not seem like she has been here, as far as I can tell. It might be about time for us to check our next destination.
Seems so. Where's that?
That is the question.
Is there any more?
There are still a few places that we discussed. But perhaps the other side is where we ought to turn our attention now.
How would we even get access?
I know some ways. Something is coming here. Something dark. It is probably
we
best
look
that we not be here when it arrives.
Like, really bad? Is it related to Erlash?
In a sense, it is, yeah. It is one of his siblings. Actually, I sense two. They're getting close. It will not be long before they are here. And I think we should not be when they do.
Could we help the people here?
I suppose we could, but it would put us behind schedule, and I mean, they are all basically criminals
That's fair.
who broke the law twice because then they left the confines of their duty.
If it is the other Leviathans, I mean, aren't they kind of a clue to Erlash and maybe the Maw?
Perhaps. I do not know. It is a frustrating thing. There are many moving pieces. Let's take a walk. I need some air.
Okay.
Thinking.
Stuck
Guys.
down with the rest of my food.
You guys step outside and you see he just kind of stops, and you kind of like step outside next to him, and
Yeah.
you see some people that you recognize just kind of coming up the way.
Do we see her
Like,
as well?
how
You
far
do.
is this distance?
Like 10
Oh,
feet.
okay.
Like they just like
Oh,
walked
okay,
out of
we're
a
just
building
right
in front
there.
of you.
Nice, I can't run away. Okay.
Oh. Listen.
Ha-
Pentakir.
Oh,
Hello?
For the record, we weren't chasing you down. We're dealing with a whole other situation that's arising from the Leviathans.
Uh-huh.
A lot of shit going on over there.
So it would seem.
Yeah. Any luck?
Not as of yet.
no.
It's too
Do
bad.
you need anything, Millicent?
I feel like she's just like kind of shutting down. She's like freezing and doesn't know what to say.
You don't listen. You're on your path. We'll respect that. I just want to know if you need anything. If you don't, that's also okay.
I'm just trying to find Mom.
It's
So
be fine.
lead anyone. Have you guys been?
Oh, well,
It
you know,
it's been a whole thing.
Zindan fell out of the sky.
Yeah.
Heard about
We
Ah, it was quite the time.
yeah.
Shark Boy is with us.
Oh.
Yeah, we rode
Yeah.
him here over from under Panacea. He was wild.
That's
Cinder's dad is coming here though, so
Yeah, that's what our main focus has been.
that's not good.
Very.
Yep.
He's not in control. The Shadowfell has taken over and he's coming to wreak havoc, so we're going to try and do something about that.
so if you don't want any part of this deal, I would probably leave pretty soon.
Yes, that is actually what we were just discussing. It is probably time for us to continue our mission, yes?
Can I like
Right.
take a look at Bensakir, by the way, of like how is he looking? Like, is he looking, prim and
Yeah.
proper and like in control, or
Make an insight check.
excellent?
I would like to as well.
I would also like to make
Ah.
an insight check, but not against Benzakir. I would like to make an insight check against Millicent
Fred.
and
Yeah,
see how she looks about him.
Okay.
Hmm.
For those of you, Benzakir does seem to still be... He's a little bit tired, it seems like. He looks like he doesn't really want to talk to you, for sure. Doesn't exactly look nervous, but he just looks annoyed. Millicent, you can feel free to share
Yeah.
her deepest, innermost feelings right now
Yeah,
with
I
the
was like, what do you
34.
want? Yeah, I'll tell you exactly.
There's not really a lot you can keep
No,
from him.
no, no, not from Cinder. I mean, I think she's definitely. I think hearing that information, I think she's torn between she wants to continue her journey, but she also realizes there's a big threat coming and she wants to help because she wants to help people. So I think she's torn about Benzakir saying we should go now and hearing this imminent threat coming in and feeling like she needs to help and wants to help. So I think she's definitely you could definitely see she's trying to make a decision and not doing a good job deciding. She's kind of stuck.
I realize you are both about to leave, but if we're all here, could we maybe step inside for a moment and talk?
It is a shame, Benzakir. We recently learned that we're not quite on opposite sides. Seems your brother is more the asshole right now.
Sure, let's talk. Just kind of pushes the door open and...
I think Cinder, you would say she was kind of relieved that we could kind of extend the conversation a little bit longer.
You guys all go in. And we can go ahead and stop there for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Meanwhile, Agatha's on the side like, there's
like,
a lot going on. She's kind
Who
of
are
like
these people?
Yeah. I just
She's
turned to
like, oh,
Agatha.
this is
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Just like, oh,
It's like-
these are the people. Okay, I'm gonna grab my popcorn and I'm just gonna.
Agatha's over here like one of the most powerful emperors in the
Yeah.
world, and they're all focusing on this teenager.
Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
this is a weird group that. Well, she knows she was part of your guys' group, so she was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is interesting.
This is gonna be wild, Agatha. Just watch.
Great, I'll get my
Oh,
stuff.
Yeah.
She's like, I just rode a prehistoric nautiloid shark to
Yeah.
Pirate City in the ocean.
I'm checking off a lot of things on my bucket list before I die, so.
I talked to a bird.
And I get this over here like if I die, I die. Fuck it. Fucking leave
Yeah,
all.
kinda. She's like, well, I guess I'm part of this war now. I live with that. She was like, I'm gonna see all the fight.
Live
fight
fast, die
today."
young, and leave a pretty corpse. That's what I say. You should say something else.
Says the old lady.
Like, fuck
Hey,
it. I live this
She's
long.
confident. Good for
Yeah.
her.
All right. Well, we will be back next week for the thrilling conclusion of all of that, and a fight with an evil space deer.
Wow.
Ooh.
Till then.